the number 13 seed, who throws first in this one. A man from Stoke against a man from Norwich. I know he's from Norwich, because Darren Webster gave me the full "get on, boy" when I saw him earlier. No idea what it means. It was a term of endearment.
Get off my land. Get off my tractor.
Got another Norfolk dart player already through. Mervyn King, very impressive earlier on in his 6-3 win against Darren Johnson. Peter Wright, another East Anglia player, he joins the party tomorrow.
Yes, we'll have the remaining 8 second round ties tomorrow afternoon, getting underway 1 o'clock here in Germany, 12 o'clock if you're watching in the UK, and then the third round matches tomorrow evening for you.
Webster hurling those darts at the board. He's got a job to get it up to the treble 20 anyway. One of the shorter players in the European Darts Open this weekend. A hammer, precise throw, bring the dart right underneath his eye. Mechanical setup he's got. Not what you'd call a rhythm player.
And Darren Webster made his TV debut over a decade ago at the UK Open in 2003. He did suffer some back problems over the last year or so, but is looking to make his way back up the rankings. He did get to 2 Players' Championship semi-finals and 3 quarter-finals last year.
Yeah, he had some really good form last year. It was just after he got a lot of acupuncture to help with those back problems, and it really made a difference. He was playing some really, really good stuff. Andy Hamilton here, looking at 121, just to hold his throw. He's not exactly come flying out of the blocks as the hammer. Needs treble 17 for bullseye. He has the treble. Doesn't have the bullseye, and Darren Webster's waiting to pounce. He's going to get at least 1 dart, you would think. Oh, well, that doesn't help. 25 for bullseye. Well, he's missed it, but because he missed the big number, he should have had a double rather than the bullseye there, Darren Webster. He'll be kicking himself, but this leg isn't over. Hammer needs to make sure he hits the big number. Does so. Double 80 once. Decent marker for him. Uses it well. Look at that for a roar. Well, you mentioned he's not won a game on the European Tour so far this year. I think maybe that reaction from Andy Hamilton perhaps betrays how much this had meant to him. He's a seeded player at the minute. He's not a seed for the final 2 tours. He's had to go through qualifying for those.
Yes, that opening leg, not one that will live long in the memory for either player, but it was the hammer who hit the winning double eventually. To hold his throw as a first 180 of the match. Comes in from the Demolition Man.
Well, the hammer's in the treble 20 himself. Can't follow it up with another one. A massive disappointment for Andy Hamilton, that is. Darren Webster's looking good to try and level the match. He's straight in there. Lovely stuff from Darren Webster. Ranked just outside the world's top 32, Darren Webster. He will be at the match play at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Playing a certain Phil Taylor, who's not lost there for 7 years. Good luck with that, Darren.
Not a bad record.
Oh, look at this, Darren Webster. Oh, wow. Would have been for a 12 darter, but he will be back. He'd have rather missed outside than inside in that one. That's not where the hammer wants it. He'll have to come down the board, blocking the treble 20. Almost throwing that last dart away. Just 57, and Darren Webster's got all the time in the world for this double 10, which is probably why he's missed it a long way outside. Not with his second dart, though. It's one apiece here. Third European Tour appearance this year for Darren Webster. Made the last 16 in Hildesheim, the first one. Hasn't played at this venue before. Not made it through to the European Darts Open for the last couple of years. Might have been a reason why he went to the wrong airport and had to travel 90 kilometres rather than walking straight out the airport in Dusseldorf to the venue, which it's right next to.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. But thankfully got here in good time to play his opening round match against Ronnie Baxter this afternoon.
Firing that last dart underneath the first two for a ton for Darren Webster to keep him neck and neck with Andy Hamilton in this one.
This has not really come alight yet, this one. Only 2 legs played, admittedly. We have seen a few slow burners where players just take a little bit of time to adjust to the hockey and get their sights in, adjust to the stage and the surroundings. But those second round matches tomorrow, I mentioned, getting underway 1 o'clock local time here, 12 o'clock in the UK, with Brendan Dolan, the number 3 seed, up against Jamie Lewis, the young Welshman.
Yeah, intriguing matchup, that one. Brendan Dolan is number 3 seed for a reason. Been playing very good darts for quite some time now. Andy Hamilton's going to get down to a finish. Good darts from the hammer. Down to a 2-darter. What's Darren Webster going to be left? Well, he's going to be on a 2-darter himself, so barely separate these two in this leg. Pressure on the hammer to hold his throw. Treble 18 he's looking at. Treble 18 he gets. Double 16. When he's on form, this is nothing for him. It's so easy, and there you go.
Yes, bread and butter for the man from Stoke-on-Trent. Well, they're still packed in here at the Marathon Hotel in Düsseldorf.
Yeah, the Simon Whitlock Olay chant turning into a Darren Webster Olay chant. He can't have heard that many times before at the various venues that we play in, but throws a few more of them and maybe he will.
His second 180 of the match.
Once again, the hammer finds himself trailing in the distance. Not a case of eating Darren Webster's dust. He can't even see it. 200 points ahead, plus these.
Just the one seed has fallen so far this evening in the second round. Steve Beaton being seen off by Kevin Painter. Adrian Lewis was pushed mightily close by Benita van der Pas.
What a game that was.
Incredible game. The young Dutchman again turning on the style, but the two-times world champion got the job done. 6-5.
Oh, Darren Webster taking his time over finishing this leg off. But the hammer, well, there's no guarantee he'll be down to a finish after this. He will be. Well, it's the best 3 darts he's thrown in this leg, Andy Hamilton. It may be the last 3 darts he throws in this leg, because Darren Webster's looking at double 4. Misses a long way outside, misses a long way inside, and misses outside on the 2. So suddenly Andy Hamilton has crept up behind Darren Webster and could just nick this, you know. He took 86 out in the 3rd leg. He did that on double 16. This is going to have to be on the bullseye for a 3-1 lead. It's there, bang in the middle. Andy Hamilton enjoyed that one. And Darren Webster pays the price for faffing about when he was 200 points in the lead.
He should have been home and hosed there, Darren Webster. He could have had a cigar on. Andy Hamilton was so far behind, but there again is a mark of a quality player like Andy Hamilton, who can deliver that killer blow just when it's needed. A ball finish for 3-1 lead, and maybe that is the kickstart that Andy Hamilton needs to now push on and book his place in the 3rd round against Robert Thornton or Andy Smith. And he hits his first maximum of the match, which again another signal that the sights are locked in to that treble 20 at last for Andy Hamilton.
Yeah, well, it's taken 6 European Tour events, but maybe Andy Hamilton has decided to turn up. Make no mistake, this is nowhere near the hammer of old, the guy who's so renowned for his consistency. Andy Hamilton's on, it's a 95 average every time. Quarterfinals are big tournaments at worst. World Championship final, UK Open final. The man would always put up a fight. He had a great debut in the Premier League. Kept drawing games because he just would not let them go. Well, this isn't helping him. A poor visit, and Darren Webster's just got a sniff here.
Well, that's not how Darren would have started or continued or completed the visit. But he is down to a finish. His Webster will be a big one.
Well, Hammer may only get a shot at the ball here. He did, of course, hit the ball in the last leg. Well, he's not gone the 18s route, because he fancies himself to hit the treble 20, which he has done. So he set it up very nicely. Darren Webster, 167. What a body blow this would be. Oh, needed the treble 19 for the bullseye. He could have really made Andy Hamilton pay for not giving himself a shot at the bullseye in the previous visit. But as it is, the Hammer's looking at double 16. We said before, he's usually so reliable on this. Oh, it's a decent marker for him. He's missed just inside, and are those 2 darts covering a bit of the 8 bed above it? Just taking his time, he's dropped his darts. Just got to decide, it may be the top end of this bed he's going for. No, he sticks it right in the middle. Andy Hamilton, pressure darts.
Well, he snuck that in there. And he's not set the world alight to Andy Hamilton, but he finds himself 4-1 up. That's the most important thing. And he's pulled out those winning doubles when they've mattered.
Yeah, his scoring power has been nothing like. I mean, it's not, you know, look at that, 78 average for the first 9 darts. That's nothing for Andy Hamilton. 50% on the doubles, that's why he's 4-1 up here, coupled with the fact that Darren Webster's missed 7.
Yes, just the 13% for Darren.
Well, we saw in the Adrian Lewis-Benito Vanderpass game, Adrian was averaging 110 overall, 130 with his first 9. He was still losing 4-1.
An incredible game that. Yeah, 4-1 down.
All because he was missing his doubles. Once he started to hit them, the comeback was on. Will we see something similar here? It has to be said, we're not seeing the flurry of 180s that we saw in that match.
We're seeing a fine array of body ink and body art from these two gents on stage. That's for sure.
Bit more like it from these two. Andy Hamilton, though, if he can find another couple of trebles, a ton 40 here would leave him 85. Oh, wow. Get rid of that scruffy 5 off the end of it, I suppose, Andy. Oh, another one of them, though. That makes a difference. Well, disappointing for Andy Hamilton there, but 158. Oh, it's not going to happen. He's found the treble, though. That's the important thing. Oh, look at that. Lovely stuff from Darren Webster.
Great pick-off. Unless Hamilton can pull off this 140 out shot, won't happen now. So Webster will be back for double 12 to...
Well, he's 1 out of 8 on his doubles.
Yeah.
Well, 2 out of 11. But he nailed it. Last start in hand. Important, important dart.
Great first start by Andy Hamilton, but couldn't follow it up. Perfectly placed in the middle of the treble 20 bed there.
Positively ashamed as he trudged to the board there, Andy Hamilton. Wow. Well, if Darren Webster was to win this leg, suddenly the game takes a completely different complexion. He'd be throwing to level the match in the 8th leg. Can Andy Hamilton slam the door shut in his face? He moves across the oche to try and find that treble 20 bed to the left side of it and does so, sneaks it in the corner. Great dart, Andy Hamilton.
And just 59 from Webster. So is this a chance for Andy Hamilton to push on and go to within 1 leg of victory? Well, this is a, well, good last start, but again a shrug of the shoulders as he walks to the board. Andy Hamilton will look to the heavens.
Struggling to put 2 decent visits together, Hamilton. You know, is it 3 140s and a 180 in, well, 6.5 legs? Nowhere near what he'd expect. As soon as he has a decent visit, it follows it up with absolutely nothing at all. That's a lot better for the man from Stoke. He's down to a 2-dart finish. Darren Webster, oh, may not get to a finish at all. No, he won't. So Andy Hamilton 6 darts from here for a 5-2 lead. It's been scruffy, it's been scrappy stuff so far, but Andy Hamilton can take a huge step towards the last 16, towards his first win on the European Tour this year. If he can clear this up now. Well, I'll be back for double top.
And Webster not really putting too much pressure on this tops for Hamilton. So to go to within 1 leg of victory and a place in the 3rd round. Right in, first start, no messing, 5-2. And now work for the Demolition Man to do.
Well, Adrian Lewis came from 5-2 down to beat Benito Vanderpass. But Adrian Lewis throughout that game was scoring as we know Adrian Lewis can. Darren Webster is not playing the darts that Darren Webster can at the minute. And Andy Hamilton just kicked off 140 in what he hopes will be the final leg of the match.
57.
Well, we said about the Hammer not putting together two decent visits back-to-back in this game. He's got a chance to here. Can he go back-to-back 140s? No, he can't. He still has the advantage, though, over Darren Webster. He certainly does now.
Yes, it's all just gone a bit awry for Webster. This 8th leg. You saw the shake of the head as he walked to the back of the hockey. Back of the stage, I should say, Darren Webster.
And you can see there, I think that's probably the first time Andy Hamilton's average has crept above Darren Webster's. I know he leads 5-2, but his average is really languishing because on those legs that Webster won, Hamilton was absolutely nowhere near.
Well, it'd be a spectacular way to win the game, but what's more likely is that he'll look to set it up for a nice outshot. Well, who knows? Well, yeah, not going to happen now, but
we saw that Andy Hamilton speeding up with the third dart when he thinks that it doesn't really matter, but you know, if Darren Webster was to find another trouble there, well, I mean, he's got down to a finish. So the Hammer, he may go treble 13 here. And he's got it for a 14 dart leg to finish in a bit of style. Oh yes, Andy Hamilton. 71 checkout, a 6-2 win. It wasn't pretty, let's be honest, but the Hammer finally gets a win under his belt on the European Tour this year. There's a kiss for a marker, handshake for another. That is a happy Hammer. He goes through to the last 16. He will play either Robert Thornton or Andy the Pieman Smith. The second round will continue tomorrow.